What is going on, everybody? So I decided I was gonna do a little like mini series type deal. I figure, you know what people might like to see is all the changes and everything we've got going on. We'll start here. I tried to do a above ground sprinkler system for our yard, so I hung that up last year too. That was pretty cool. And again, this is just me talking, so if you guys have any questions, I'm going too fast or whatever, just let me know. We always have totes. This is fertilizer, measuring cup, that sort of thing. Boots are always good. Trying to keep them a good balance of keeping your boots inside and outside. When they get too muddy, we don't have a mudroom here. We have very tiny space, but we try and make everything work. I don't like coming up with excuses, because it just, and that's not to say like nobody's excuses are valid or anything like that, but the thing I found out in my life is every time I make some excuse like, oh, I can't do this, oh, I can't make it work, I'm just blocking myself. So I'm keeping myself from finding a way to make it work. You know what I mean? Obviously, in my little spot, it wouldn't make sense to have like a cow or something like that. But if I say there's no way I can have a cow, then I'm putting that block up and I'm not able to see solutions. Instead of saying, I want to have a cow, how do I do this? And I know how to do it. For me right now, financially and time-wise, I'm not going to take that leap yet, but I will get there. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's go over here. So this is a pretty cool little project. I go out walking and find these sticks and stuff like that. Anything that kind of like speaks to me. So those are for my Valhalla ladders that I built, and I'll do that with the kids too. This right here. This is I think that's 2-inch or 1-inch, like a vinyl or rubber hose. And the goal of that was to actually hold down the plastic. If we filled it with water, it would hold down the plastic for our poly low tunnels. Two problems with that. If you're going to do that, you need to make sure that you have the correct amount of money, because you need to invest in a very, very, very good hose. I would recommend, if you're going to get a hose that you're going to do that with, and let me show you this first. So these are our poly low tunnels. You could see all the hoops that I made. So in between each one, I strung the hose out, and it kind of made the shape of the low tunnel, and it worked out really well. But the problem is I cheaped out on the hose. I bought a hose that I thought was a good graded hose, and it's great for what it is. It's a discharge hose, so it's supposed to be able to transfer water, that sort of thing. I'm still learning though to try and find a good balance between the money that I should spend and like cheaper products, and I think every homesteader has that issue. So I spent all this money on this hose, and if you do that sort of thing with that function in mind, I would get like a fireman's hose. I think on a fireman's hose, it's got 3 separate layers of kind of like, it's got a fabric on it. And it's got like 3 separate layers and all sorts of stuff, and it's really a nice hose, but they're super expensive. They're not cheap at all, and then you have to have all the connectors for that sort of thing. What happened with mine is somewhere along the line, I've got 2 or 3 leaks in the actual hose, because somewhere along the line it got nicked. So the goal is, for these low tunnels, is that you're supposed to be able to take off the weights, lift the tunnels, go work in the beds when you need to, and put the tunnels back, so that way you're keeping the heat and the moisture in during the winter. Well, that doesn't really work with a cheap hose, because the more you move it, the more likely you're going to nick it, you're going to do something like that. So learning lesson for me,